Most people don't decide they need new windows by measuring how their house performs. They decide based on what they notice. A cold draft near the glass, condensation showing up in winter, a mold spot that keeps coming back on the windowsill, a room that never quite feels comfortable, energy bills that just don't make sense. Those are the signals that start the decision. And they're not wrong. Something is happening. But the way those signals get interpreted is where things start to go off the track. People connect what they feel to the thing closest to it. Draft, window. Cold room, window. Condensation, window. And that's part of it. But that connection happens quickly, before the full picture is clear. And once that decision starts forming, everything tends to reinforce it. It's a little like a check engine light in a car. The light comes on, you don't change the bulb, you look for what caused it to come on, because the light isn't the issue. It's just a signal that something deeper needs attention. If you treat the signal instead of what triggered it, the problem doesn't go away. You notice something that feels off. You look for a cause. Once you find an answer that makes sense, you move forward with a solution. That's a normal process. But in a house, that process can be misleading. Because what you notice first isn't always what's driving the problem. It's just what's easiest to feel. Houses don't behave in isolated parts. They behave as systems, whether we think about them that way or not. Heat moves, air moves, moisture moves, and those movements interact across the entire structure. So a draft near a window might be connected to air leakage somewhere else. Condensation on the glass might be connected to how moisture is moving throughout the house. A cold room might be influenced by insulation, airflow, heat distribution, not just the window itself. Windows are often where you notice the problem because they respond faster than the rest of the house. They're a thinner part of the enclosure. They can react quickly to temperature differences, so they become visible. But visible doesn't always mean primary cause. And this is where the decision process can become expensive, because replacing the windows can improve part of what you're experiencing. But if the conditions behind it don't change, the overall result doesn't change as much as expected. And sometimes it can lead to doing more work later to address what wasn't solved the first time. And this is the part that often gets missed. Window replacement isn't just a product decision. It can be an opportunity, but only if you understand what's actually happening first. What happens around that window is where the real difference actually is. But if the decision starts and ends with what was noticed first, that opportunity gets reduced to a single component. And the result reflects that. So the better question isn't, do I need new windows? It's, what is this signal pointing to? Because once you understand what the signal is pointing to, you can stop guessing and start deciding. And knowing what to look for before you make the decision is what changes the outcome. This is Passive House for the People.